Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to this training session. My name is Amanda Jenkins, and I will be walking you through making payments using our QuickPay portal. We will also review the transaction quote and transaction statement, as well as the new composite mortgage affidavit. Throughout the session, if you have any questions, please submit them as a note on the webinar screen. We will go through the training session and then answer your questions at the end. We are excited about this paperless, secure method available for you to make payments. We have partnered with Serasoft, a company whose main business is providing a payment portal for medical companies. We have every confidence in the security and reliability of this site as it complies with the payment card industry data security standards. We hope you will agree that paying online will save you money on postage, check processing fees, and copy paper. It will save time, assure accuracy of payment amounts, and will assist you with providing accurate loan estimates and closing disclosures. So let's get started. First, we will take a look at the transaction quote. Here you will see the transaction quote that is issued with a commitment prior to closing. It provides the transaction number up here, the commitment number, which is down below, and an itemization of fees, and the total premium due at closing. Please keep in mind that there is no fee for the commitment itself. If the transaction does not close, please contact the issuer of that commitment to have it canceled. Here you have the transaction statement. This is issued with the certificate after closing. It provides the transaction number, the certificate number, the invoice number, and the total amount due. You will need information from either the transaction quote or transaction statement to complete the QuickPay process. To get started, you will need to access our website at www.iowatitleguarantee.org. This will take you to the resource desk. To make a payment, you will select Pay My Premium in the right column, right down here. There we go. This will take you to the e-payment screen where you will enter the payment information. This method can be used if you do not have access to the e-payment portal when logging into CAP. At the top, you will see text boxes for invoice number, transaction number, commitment certificate number, and payment amount. We'll enter in a transaction number. Oh, my number locked stuff. Keep in mind that you do have to have one of these three boxes. You do have to have information in one of these three boxes and the payment amount to get the payment to go through. If you do use a commitment or certificate number, you do have to have the C- or the L-. To make additional payments, you'll select the green plus sign to add a row. If you add a row in error and need to have that removed, the red X will take care of that for you. Next, you will start filling in the information below. The contact name is your name, the person making the payment. Organization name would be the business. The contact email is the email address you would like to have the receipt sent to. The payment type, you can either pay by credit card or by e-check. If you use e-check, you do have to select if you'd like to use a checking or savings account. The account holder name would be the name on the account. And I do want to remind you that you do need to use your own company's payment information If a closer provides you a check or another third party, please mail it to us like normal. Then you will want to enter the bank account information. If you don't know where to find the routing number on your check, here we have a sample of a personal check where it'll show the routing number and account number. We also have a business check where the routing number and account number can be found. So here we'll enter the routing number and the account number that we are using. The bank name would be the bank your account is with. And this would be your billing address. And the zip code on the account. Once you have all this information complete, you'll want to read the terms of the payment or of the authorization. And once you agree with those terms, you'll check the box there and select Next. Here you have the payment information that you've submitted. The payment confirmation screen allows you to go back so you can make corrections or confirm. If the payment is correct, click on Confirm. Once the payment goes through, a receipt is displayed. And since we don't want to submit a payment, I'll show you here what the receipt looks like. This receipt can be exported to Excel, PDF, or Word by selecting this icon. If you need to make an payment at this time, select the Pay Again button to go back to the payment screen. You can also print the receipt from here by selecting this button. This receipt has also been emailed to the address that was provided. Here's a copy of an emailed receipt. You will see on the receipt that there is a tracking number in the middle. You will need this number to reference your payment if you ever need to contact Iowa Title Guarantee about the payment. Let's take a look to see if there are any questions. Well, it doesn't look like there are any questions, so we will move on to the new composite mortgage affidavits. On July 1st, Iowa Title Guarantee released new composite mortgage affidavits. There is no longer an all-purpose composite mortgage affidavit. We now provide an owner-seller CMA and a buyer CMA. You will find these at the bottom of the resource desk, right down here. If a commitment is issued for the transaction, the composite mortgage affidavits will still be a part of the commitment and will be pre-filled. If you are requesting a certificate only, you can easily access the blank CMAs here. For a purchase transaction, both versions of the CMA are needed. For refinance transactions, the owner-seller CMA will be the only one necessary. Let's look at the buyer's version first. There we go. Fillable forms when you access them from the resource desk. When issued with a commitment, the commitment number, loan number if known, and property address will pre-fill along with the printed names of the buyers. Each of the 10 questions here should be answered, not left blank. The answer might be as simple as NA or none. The buyers might resist answering some of the questions because they aren't aware of situations regarding that property. But information can be collected from documents they have access to, such as from the preliminary title opinion or the purchase agreement. Remember that the completion and notarization of the buyer's CMA is necessary in order to issue an owner's certificate, and you can verify the marital status of the buyers here in number 10. along with whether they are eligible and elect free coverage, which would be this section down here. Please be sure to check the signed CMA before an owner certificate is issued. There we go. Here is the version written for the owner-seller. You can add the loan number, property address, and typed names of the owners or sellers. And as I said earlier, this information will pre-fill if the CMA is created along with a commitment. Again, all of these questions must be answered, not left blank. Let's take a look and see if we have any questions about the CMA. Let's see here. We do have a question. Why are the buyers being asked all of these questions?
Why are the bankruptcy and lawsuit questions being asked? What do you do if the closer does not put dashes or NA in all of the blanks to issue an owner's policy? Jerry, you want to answer that for us?
Once again, if you repeat.
Okay. It's a long one.
2 questions.
Why are the buyers being asked all of these questions again? Why are the bankruptcy and lawsuit questions being asked, excuse me?
These are all additional underwriting requirements. We need to know this information in order to grant certain coverages under the certificates. So we're looking into that, and if the questions are responded to in a positive manner, we will do some further investigation to figure out what's going on before we issue the certificate.
Okay, and then it also says, what do you do if the closer does not put dashes or NA in the blanks to issue an owner's policy?
We would be checking back to find out it's possible the owner's policy would not be issued unless that is completely filled out, or we would check in to find out what the additional information is that we would need to provide the coverages that we need to.
Okay. And then she also says, what if a seller refuses to answer pending lawsuit bankruptcy question?
That would be probably a situation where you'd better be calling the ITG underwriting department to determine where you should go from there. It would most likely be to have to cancel the closing until we could do some further investigation.
Okay. Are there any other questions? If not, we will end the webinar for today. Please don't hesitate to call our help desk if you do have any further questions, and we can always have you speak with an underwriting attorney about specifics with the CMA. Otherwise, you can always send us an email also, and we will do our best to get back to you. Thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned for notifications of upcoming webinars and events.